this is the first time I've ever tried this, so I don't know what it sounds like or what it looks like. Let me know. Still trying to figure out how to get into the chat channels too. Let's see. Oh, hi there. Lots of humming. Oh, the humming is from a guitar. Oh, hi there. Lots of humming. 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 I had some feedback going on. How about now? Is the humming gone? So if you want to chat, get on YouTube. That's the easiest place for me to see chat messages right now. Just go to my YouTube channel. Still trying to figure this out. Oh wait, I guess I can see. Hi Daniel. I guess I can see Facebook as well. Okay. Let's see chat messages right now. Just go to my YouTube channel. So can you hear this guitar? I don't know if I'm going to play much, but okay. So the idea here is I'm going to do an album listening party for my new album on the day it releases, which I'm thinking is going to be in about a week. Or maybe like on the 4th. So this is kind of a test for me. I'm streaming to Facebook and YouTube at the same time, using new software, trying to get everything set up. And I thought that as a test, I could sort of do an album listening party for my very first CD. So you can see this very well here. This came out in 2003. This is my first album I did when I was 19. Called Photon Life. Let's see. My voice is low apparently. Let's see if I can turn it up. Test, 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 test. Is that better? That's probably easier to hear now, right? Okay. So I think you can see my Spotify window. So this is the album Photon Life on Spotify. I'm just gonna play it on here and talk about the songs as I'm playing it. I'm gonna see if anybody else wants to join. So far, some people I thought would be here aren't here. Anybody in YouTube? Yeah, let's see. I got 2 viewers. I'm just gonna start this. So anyway, yeah, Photon Life. I put it out in 2003. It's a totally instrumental album. Did it all by myself. It was it's a fun album. It's not my best work. It's the first thing I ever did. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do another album at some point in the week, and then I'm gonna do my new album, Reason and Romance, which you can see that here. This is coming out, I think, in about a week or a week and a half. It'll be available on streaming. It's available for pre-order, and you can buy this album, Photon Life, at my store at chrismcgraw.com if you like it. So let's see if we can listen to the first track. This is called Acheron's Gate. Okay, so that was Acheron's Gate. That's the first track on Photon Life. If anybody might have any questions, I'll take questions in chat. Otherwise, I'll just try and talk about it. So that song is a good example of what Joe Satriani called pedal tone. It's it kind of pedals around an A and changes key using the A as the root note, and it goes between all the different, well, maybe not all the modes, but several of them. So there's something like it kind of goes between different major and minor modes, starting on like a weird kind of Locrian sound, and then it goes down to this kind of Lydian sound in the fourth, and it's it just kind of goes through all these different changes there, and then the main melody is something like this. I haven't done this in like 15 years, so. Something like that. And it's got this little tapping section. It's this a lot of cool riffs. It's just kind of like I was just trying to show off, and it's a fun song. And it's named after something in a video game that I was playing at the time, which has been a theme in the past. So anyway, that was Acheron's Gate. Let's see. I guess my mic volume could be a touch higher. Probably if I got closer to it, it would help. Test, test, test. All right. So, let's see, I don't want to clip it though. I'm going to go on to the next song. The next song is called War March of the Pawns. So that was the second track on Photon Life. That was War March of the Pawns. I initially wrote that song as like a soundtrack to some like Warcraft map or something, as I recall. Oh, I might be getting that mixed up with a different song. Well, anyway, I mean, that's a fairly simple song. It's you know, it just kind of revolves around this. This F E progression, and it's got the main riff. Fairly simple, and it's got a lot of like layered different guitar leads going on in there, though, that I liked. So let's move on. Then the next is called Speed of Time. Okay, that was track 3, Speed of Time. Not a lot to say about that one. It was just a little neat melodic idea I came up with. So for anybody that's joined, this is Photon Life. It came out in 2003. I was 19. It was my first album. I'd been playing guitar for about 3 years. Yeah, you know, it's a little rough out around the edges, but still something I'm proud of, and you can get it at chrismcgraw.com. You can stream it on Spotify like I'm doing here. This is the album. can see it very well here. Lighting is not very good in here. I'm sorry about that. You can see the back. That's 19-year-old me. Yeah, so the next track is the title track, Photon Life, which when I wrote it initially, it was like one of the best songs I thought I had ever come up with, and I still quite like it. So yeah, let's listen to it. That was the title track, Photon Life, from the album Photon Life from 2003. So, yeah, that song actually got repurposed as a song in my band Red Penguin later on called New Game. But it's and we wrote lyrics to it and stuff. But I always loved the progression. It's this very, very simple kind of there's some delay on it, you know, has this kind of bouncy feeling. These big chord stabs. Yeah, I'm not gonna play the whole song, but and actually it's been so long I don't think I could, but yeah, it's just a really nice melody and very, very influenced by Joe Satriani on that one. Definitely was listening to and playing a lot of Joe Satriani back when I did this album, so you'll hear that throughout, I'm sure. Yeah, so anyway, moving on. The next track is called Blood and Steel. Let's give that a listen. Okay, that was Blood and Steel. That was, I guess that's track 5. Not too much to say about this. I guess it's got... I don't really remember how I played it much, but I do know that I was doing a lot of this kind of thing with the whammy bar. So you got springs inside the guitar that hold this, and you can get this kind of weird trilly sound as an effect. That was Steve Vai trick. Anyway, next song, Struggle and Triumph. So this album had a few tracks on which a guest bassist played. His name's Guy Daganias, and I met him on Guitar War, guitarwar.com back in the day. He was a friend from just online, and he did this next song. He also did the first track that we listened to already, Acheron's Gate, and he did this song, Struggle and Triumph. Here it is. All right, that was Struggle and Triumph. I remember when I did that song, it was really tough. It was like compositionally difficult for me. I don't remember exactly what I was going through at the time, but I do remember that I named it what I did because it was hard. It was different, a very different kind of song. But yeah, great bass playing by Guy on that. And the next song is Carbonite, which I'm sure if you're a Star Wars nerd, you'll know what that's a reference to. And this next song is one of my favorites on the album. Here it is. So that was Carbonite, track 7. I really like the melody on that one. The main progression that played it forever, but that inspired the main riff for a song on Sleep Rebellion's album Empire of Lies called Machine Guns. And I think it's in a slightly different key, but it's kind of the same progression. Anyway, the next song, as I recall, well, first of all, let me just say about that last song and the song before it, Struggle and Triumph and Carbonite. Both of those songs, plus I think one other on this album, and I can't remember which one, but both of those songs were submitted to Berklee School of Music and won me a scholarship to attend a summer program for guitar students. And that was so, that song has really given me a lot in my life. So yeah, kind of neat trivia. The next song, as I recall, is very influenced by, even though you might not hear it on there, it's very influenced by the Rush album Vapor Trails, which came out just maybe like a year or something before I did this album. And it really revolves around just one guitar chord, and it's like this F7 suspended fourth chord that I just chug away at. And this is another song that has Guy Daganias on it. This is called Xenology. Okay, that was track 8 on Photon Life. That was Xenology. And it's actually in G, not F. Yeah, so that's kind of a weird song. It just kind of pedals around that G chord. That's the G7 sus4 chord, and I kind of changed the mode that I'm operating in during the main melody, and Guy did a really great job playing the bass on that. Anyway, yeah, for those of you just tuning in, I'm just doing a live stream album listening. This is kind of a test. This is my first album ever, put out in 2003 when I was just 19. I'd only been playing the guitar for 3 years at the time. And yeah, well, let's continue. This next song is called Neon Lines. Okay, that was Neon Lines. That's track 9 on Photon Life. I see I got a couple of new listeners here. So this is my first album ever, put out in 2003, and I'm just doing a little live stream test here and album listening party at the same time. So this is Photon Life, and you can find out more about it at chrismcgraw.com, or you can find it on Spotify here. This next song called Prelude to a Storm. Now this song I wrote as a soundtrack to a Warcraft 3 map. I remember this. A friend of mine that did a custom map, and he wanted custom music to it, and I wrote this, and I liked it so much I stuck it on the album. So here it goes. So you can kind of hear how that might be a soundtrack for something very atmospheric. Yeah, so the next song is called Flak Monkey. Continuing with the video game theme here, that's what if you play Unreal Tournament and you use the flak cannon to get a whole bunch of kills, then the announcer will come on and call you a Flak Monkey. So this song is called Flak Monkey. Yeah, so we've got some Unreal Tournament players in chat here. Alright, so the next song, Progressing into a Dream. I think this was one of the last songs I did before I put the album together. And this was a completely different song that I didn't like, but I salvaged parts of it that I liked and turned it into a song I did like. And you can hear, I think you can hear the original version of this if you go to chrismcgraw.com and go all the way to the bottom of my music page to look at my earliest music. And I think the other version of this, the original version of this, is called Carnival Music. I called it Carnival Music because I didn't like it. But Progressing into a Dream is what it became, and I did like this. Okay, so Progressing into a Dream. I guess if you pay attention to that song, you can kind of hear how it was progressing into different dream states throughout the song. Next song, Celestial Theme, Look to the Stars. This is kind of just a dreamy song about stargazing. So that's really just a little interlude to the next song, continuing with this cosmic theme here, Bodies of Fusion, which is, be about stars, but it's also kind of a love song. So, and this is the last song on the album. right, so that was it. That was Photon Life from 2003, my first album. Entirely self-produced, and still an album that I'm fond of, even though it's kind of like rough around the edges at times, and I'd only been playing the guitar for a few years, so I'm much better now. But it was a fun album for me, and let me put this guitar away. Oops. Okay. So if anyone has any questions, I guess I'll answer them, although there's not a whole lot of people tuning in. But anyway, that album is here. It's available on my website, chrismcgraw.com. It's $10 if you want a physical copy. It's a nice digipack. You can find it on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, stream it anywhere. It makes good background music. It's good for working, studying, playing video games. Anyway, my new album, Reason and Romance, which is a world different. You see this very well. I guess you can't really get it in the light very well. Right here. This will be out real soon. It's available now for, I just got these in, so you can order it now. I'm going to be sending out the pre-order copies this weekend. And it'll be up on streaming soon, I'm thinking within a week, maybe a week and a half. And I'm going to do another live stream album listening party for that album. I will schedule that out, so make sure that you subscribe to my channel, sign up for notifications. I don't know if it's going to be this weekend or not. I think before I do that, I'm going to do one other album, my Empire of Lies album that came out in 2014. I'm going to do, my second live stream will be that, an album listening for that. And I think I'm going to do that one either Friday or Saturday. And then at some point over the next week here, maybe on November 4th, I'm thinking, I'm going to do an album listening party for the newest album, Reason and Romance. And by then, I think it'll be up on Spotify. So, and if not, we'll just we'll play it by ear. But thanks a lot for joining in, everybody, and happy Thanksgiving. Bye.